How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video on F1 2022 My Team Career Mode. Now, last video was very boring, and unfortunately, the race did end much earlier than expected. Now, I'm telling you, this race is not boring. It's not like the last one. I mean, it's not the most eventful race, but it is nothing like last time. The only reason I really uploaded last time was because it was the first video of the series. So yeah, I'm so sorry about that, but here we are. We're going to be racing in Jeddah this weekend, and I get invited to a Pirelli Hot Lap thing, but I don't really like the drifting thing. I tried it out a little bit on that track too. It was alright, so I just decided to skip it. But I have been practicing this a little bit. I'm still not 100% on some of the sharp or the quick turns. Not 100% on those, but definitely hoping that some of these practice sessions will help fix out some of the kinks on that. So enough being said. Not really much to show with practice. I'm just really trying to get a feel for this track and the car. Let's just hop right into qualifying. Alrighty, here we are qualifying in Jeddah. I do have to say that I do like this track a little bit. I'm, still I really need to get down those fast corners. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, in the practice sessions, I was just out qualifying my teammate most of the time, and really, the only thing I really noticed was that the softs would just get eaten up on this track. I mean, I also wasn't, the most forgiving during some of the practice sessions, as I did spin out. But after, just a couple of laps, I'd be already 20% wear-wise. But here we are. We're going a little crazy through here. Like I said, still not 100%, and that's much crazier than what I normally am coming through around here. But I really like this turn here, just fast, and almost reminds me a little bit of the Netherlands Grand Prix, that nice banking turn. I really like those turns. But yeah, and through here. But other than that, I got most of the track really down, and not much issues. And in the practice session, I did get placed P13. I don't know where I'm going to place, as practicing varies pace-wise, but I was ahead of my teammate, and this is looking to be a decent lap. Definitely not 100%. Definitely could do better, but not bad, just to set some sort of a lap and try to see where we can build on it as we go for another one. And as you can see, we're already 4/10 up on that time. Just going through those sessions, or just going through those sections of fast corners. I just kind of skip those, as this is a bit of a long first Q1, as getting up there half a second on our time. We hit this very nice, but also I think a thing is those curbs. You're totally fine if you put a wheel on it, but I think just me in my mind, just thinking that curbs are bad now, they're not forgiving, and through here you can put your wheels on there and just almost full send it, but I think just in my mind I'm like, the curbs aren't forgiving, I kind of got to slow down a little bit. But no, you can totally put those, and I don't really you can totally put your wheels on those and go all out, but I really don't do that much here in qualifying. But I do start to kind of pick it up from watching the AI while racing, just doing it, as that last time was decent, but we could have definitely gone faster. So I come out for the final minute, and Latifi, as you can see here, locks up and completely ruins our lap. I mean, I tried to give him some space, and he was still a decently amount ahead, but just locks up and completely destroys our lap. As you can see, we're about a 1/10 off of our teammate, Teo Porcher, But yeah, very disappointing. I definitely believe we could have gotten at least maybe a tenth or two faster on that lap. But just so disappointing, it being ruined by just not even our fault. But not much we can do now. Now it's just time to focus on race day. Remember, no points on Saturday. We really need to focus on Sunday now. So here we are in the race. As I suspected, we're not going to be on the softs for very long. Even, spoiler alert, some of the cars really just, they pitted so early. Like lap 4, some of the cars pitted. But let's get this underway. I still don't have the starts down 100%. Still a lot of wheel spin right here. And yeah, it's just so annoying. It's like in some of like the Grand Prix mode in solo, when I would do the starts, I would either just have too much revs or too little revs that the car would just barely get up and going. And as you can see here, we dive bombed it at the very beginning, and we go for a nice overtake on Lance Stroll. And as you can see, 3 cars fighting, going in 2 wide, and we try to overtake Yuki Tsunoda, and we manage to pull ahead coming out of that corner. And knowing those super fast turns, the AI, especially going double wide, just go super slow as we go deep around here. And we really want a nice exit in order to stay in touch with Vettel. And we're just hoping that maybe some of the cars ahead can start to get into a fight, and we can capitalize on that as Yuki Tsunoda tries to go for an overtake, but backs off, trying to go from the outside, as overtaking through here, not a very smart idea. But we don't get the fastest exit, and this allows Yuki Tsunoda to gain some traction on us, and we lose a little bit of time to Seb, almost a second behind. We don't want that, especially on the first lap. But coming through here, this is really where you're able to gain time as all the cars lined up. They're not braking 100% where they should be, so that allows us to gain just almost 2 tenths on Seb. And not great ERS management as we go wide here and down at 50% on lap 2. But as you can see, Kevin Magnussen and I believe Alex Albon, or no, Esteban Ocon, going double wide through here, but holding us up, and we aren't able to overtake them quite yet. Actually, next lap we are. Yeah, as you see, Vettel tries to go for an overtake on Daniel Ricciardo, and we try to capitalize on that, but Yuki Tsunoda is also giving us some pressure, and Ricciardo is just drifting out of that turn, and we get a much better exit than him, and we were able to overtake coming through this corner. Very hard to overtake here, especially after the braking point, as we decide to change our setup. And I actually thought I damaged my front wing doing that. And as you can see, we unlocked a supercar token, but this time it didn't mess me up. I didn't even notice it during the race. But the tires seem to be holding up much better than in practice mode, that's for sure. And our objective is to pit lap 7, but I do believe we are probably going to pit much earlier as we try to fend off Daniel Ricciardo right there. And as you can see, Yuki Tsunoda and our teammate are going at it a little bit. But there, I just kind of stalled to open DRS, and Vettel goes for the overtake, or tries to go for the overtake on Esteban Ocon, but Ocon is able to fend him off, and luckily we didn't get any damage on our front wing there. We've been banging up our front wing for quite a lot in this race. I'm surprised nothing is damaged yet, as Vettel and Ocon are going at it, bumping into each other. Ocon really just getting his elbows out, and as you can see, we have to really just be careful for Ocon as he's driving so slow, and this compromises us, and we're unable to capitalize on his mistake. And like I said, really we just decide to pit so much earlier. Actually, this was going to be our normal pit stop, and we pit on lap 5 right behind Esteban Ocon. And for some reason, it just drops us there. Don't know if that's a glitch because I wasn't speeding. I even replayed this part on video just to see if I was speeding, but no, it just dropped me. And as you can see, I found the third button. I didn't really know what the third button was, but it's the ERS on my steering wheel. But as you can see, I totally forgot that they banned tire blankets during the race or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, and that's why the tires come out so cold. And I'm just being really careful here, as Ocon is already 3 seconds ahead, and Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda are right behind me. We're really going to have to fend off a lot of fast cars that are much more developed than us. But I'm sure we will be able to hold on. We are currently in P18th, but quite a few cars are yet to pit. So we'll definitely have to see where we are. I know we're probably not going to be able to overtake Esteban Ocon, as he's just so far ahead, almost 3.25 seconds faster than us, or ahead of us. And just not much we could have done there. As you can see, our teammate and stuff are pitting, and we come out right behind Nicholas Latifi as we kind of cut off our teammate a little bit, trying not to completely slam him into the wall, but we're also not going to let him easily pass us, as the man who ruined our qualifying is now ahead of us, and a lot of determination to get that place back, as we did overtake him at the very start of the race. But yeah, still haven't forgiven him for what he's done in qualifying. But we actually don't make a move here, but we do later in the next lap, as we go for a little bit of a dive bomb, and he kind of turns in on us, as we don't leave the most space, but he definitely could have had better awareness there, as we go for a nice easy overtake on Nicholas Latifi, and no damage given. And really, that's about it for this race. I mean, it's not we managed to make it this far, but like I said, it wasn't the most eventful race. Qualifying was definitely the most eventful part, as this is the final thing that happens is Yuki Tsunoda tries to go for an attack on us on the final corner. On the final straight of this Grand Prix, as he's just 0.2 of a second behind, and he gets DRS coming down this straight, and we're just trying to fend him off a little bit, throwing our elbows out, and he managed to overtake us for a quick second, but we get a much better release than him, and we have DRS to just solidify this P14 placement. And yeah, that pretty much does it. I mean, we managed to finish P14th. Not a traditional track by any means. We are in Australia next, which is going to be nice to see the new loadout. And because I'm pre-recording or doing a voiceover, and I've already recorded this, I have checked out the Australian Grand Prix, and it's fine, except the meter boards are red and black. So the black letters, or the black numbers, don't stand out at all. So you really have to be focused and almost not even look at the numbers, but just count the boards and be like, hopefully that was a 200, and now this is 150, and this is 100, not 50. And you kind of got to eyeball a little bit, because you can't really tell at the numbers because the black doesn't stand out at all. But we did not have by any means the slowest lap at all. Actually, Lance Stroll had a very slow lap, and so did our teammate. We're almost a second faster on our best, but we were not consistent throughout, as Mick Schumacher is just a P11th. Yeah, poor man. I really hope he gets a point this weekend in Silverstone. But yeah, in the championship, or the Constructors Championship, actually moves us down. Not like it matters, because we have 0 points, but we're not last. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this. Like I said, not the most eventful race. I'm sure Australia we'll have some sort of event. Much more of a traditional track than Bahrain and Jeddah. But that's just going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and comment what you guys want to see next. Peace.